up camp pale Kerio Valley kusaidia watu wetu, kwa sababu bila amani Kerio Valley hakutaweza kuwa na maendeleo. That is why kama viongozi tumeshangaa kidogo na atungefurahi ya kwamba watu wetu wazidi ama waendelee kuwawa jinsi inavyofanyika sasa.
Kasom member noto serikali kuchokchi gazetmen nebo Kerio Valley sub county nekibarasta president nebo emoni eng taunetab Kenya nebo kenyini kole kitau asi konyumnyumchi ofisaikab ripsetab kalyet chengetab kalyet eng komosata.
Na ndio serikali imejaribu, tumeona juzi wame set up mambo ya Kerio Valley sub county, lakini we want that sub county to be effective as soon as possible. Tunataka ya sub county iweze kuwa set up. Tunataka DCIO aende Chesongoch. Tunataka OCPD aende Chesongoch. Tunataka NPR wote ambao waliweza kuandikwa kazi kuleta usalama Kerio Valley walipwe as soon as possible ndio waweze kusaidia upande ule.
Eng betutab amut kokoyai tuyet ofisaikab ripsetab kalyet koboto governor nebo county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet Wesley Rotich ole koyomis kole boisie ortinwek alak tugul asikoker kole kakiwek kalyet eng komosata ba Kerio Valley.
Tuweke vichwa pamoja, tuangalie ni mbinu ipi tena tunaweza kutumia ili kuweza kukabiliana na hii hali ya usalama. Kwa hivyo tunatoa onyo ya kwamba serikali iko imara, tutatembea hiyo barabara tuhakikishe kwamba maisha na mali ya wakaji wa Elgeyo Marakwet imeweza kulindwa ipasavyo.
Machifu wetu wako hapa, amani inaweza kuja kwa njia mingi, lakini amani ile rahisi ni kwa njia ya watu kuongea pamoja, watu kukutana, watu kwenda kwa soko, watu kufanya ukulima pamoja. Hiyo yote itatusaidia tuleta amani ya kudumu kuliko hata amani ya kutumia bunduki. Kwa hivyo tumesema wakati security agencies wanafanya yao, sisi kama leaders tunafanya yetu. Mimi tu ilikuwa niwapatie challenges zile wananchi wamesema na ile chinzi security agencies wanafaa kurespond bas ili hao wafanye kazi yao. Sisi kama civilian pia tuende pia na county commissioner na wale watu tuende tuongeleshe wananchi tuambie kwamba tudumisha amani.
Kongete county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet logoiwekab emet chebo Kass kainenyu Andrew Kimeto.
Kakokimit minister nebo ribetab kalyet en emet orit Professor Kithure Kindiki kole kokomuch serikali kwal mashinishek chelelach chebo kasari chekiboisien kirindaetab boriotinik en kiwatoshek chebo emoni. Kinyoru ngalalet nebo Professor Kithure Kindiki.
The traditional way of securing our territories will still remain to be relevant, and therefore the traditional security hardware will remain crucial for countries in the immediate future, even as we look at the changes that are driving us to looking at things differently. In this regard, I am pleased to report that the government of Kenya has made significant investments in equipping our security forces with the latest equipment, technology and resources to combat threats to our national security. And this we are doing through the modernization of equipment of the National Police Service and also the National Intelligence Service together with the Kenya Defence Forces, which are our organs of our national security. We are in a serious and deliberate modernization program to make sure that our police service, our intelligence service and the Kenya Defence Forces have the latest equipment which are able to secure our borders, and we are also investing seriously in cyber security to make sure that our cyberspace as a country is also free from the threats that we continue to face.
Tete counties chebo Elgeyo Marakwet, Baringo ak West Pokot kotoe tetutiet nebo kamaretab kiagik anan livestock branding ko oret agenge nekiboisien kekirinda chorsetab kiagik nekikwo barak missing en komosta nebo Kerio Valley. Kaituyet governors chebo counties chotok somok akoche koshinet nebo kotoe tetutiet notok en konekit ole arorwech Andrew Kimeto en koindo.
Kagoityi koshinet gavanaek somoku chebo West Pokot County, Elgeyo Marakwet County ak Baringo County kole kotoi ofisaekab livestock chebo counties choto oret nelel nekinyite kiagik anan livestock branding ko oret agenge nebo kekirindae chorsetab kiagik ni kowo barak mising eng kebeberwek choto. Kong'ololi yekangoyai tuyet eng taonitab Iten komwa gavanaek choto kondochini Waisile Rotich nebo Elgeyo Marakwet, Benjamin Cheboy nebo Baringo County ak Simon Kachapin nebo West Pokot County kole eng kasarta nekakichor kiagik eng county age konyumnyum eng ofisaekab serikali konai county ole kakichore kiagik choto.
Today we have come here because we have a duty as leaders, because this problem has been there for a long time and we feel we have a duty to find a solution.
We are saying we are branding all the animals, especially within the region, and the brand shall identify the county, the sub-county, and the ward, and the owner. So that if we find a branded animal in Chesegon and it's coming from Bartabwa, then we know that was stolen from Bartabwa.
Kaikoito kora kursit gavanaek choto eng serikali koboisie oret neng'wan nebo konam chorik choto akobar icheket amu kikokon kanyalilet no mising eng counties choto.
If you are selling ammunition, if you are selling guns, if you are doing the actual stealing, if you are the one killing, if you are the one coordinating, if you are the one financing, anyone doing that should actually be brought to book. But for us, as three governors here, we are suggesting that the third option of eliminating them, sometimes the courts can take time. I think instant justice, the same way they kill, they should also die by the gun, the same way they kill by the gun, so that we can have lasting peace in this Kerio Valley.
Mite kora somit koityi meng'ikab Kerio Valley komong kainaikab bichoto tinyegei ak chelesosnatetab chorsetab kiagik ak baretab biik amu ingetotin bichoto eng kokwotunwekab gaa chebo Kerio Valley.
All these criminals comes from a clan, a sub-location, a division, a sub-county. They are known by the people, they are known by the mothers, they are known by the fathers, the uncles and the aunties. We know so and so is a criminal. The best thing also locally is that we have to disown, we have to incite communities against criminals. A criminal should not be roaming in your village when the mother and the father is alive and the people are there. They should tell him, please leave this job, go to school, bring them to go to Tibet, and empower them to do other things instead of cattle rustling, so that they are not killed. Because even if the police are not going to kill, he is going to be killed by the fellow bandits in the other area.
Kongete county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Andrew Kimeto.
Ak eng kasarta nekatoige ropta nebo kolset ko kakotuyogei Ministry nebo Somanet ak Ministry noto bo ribetab timwek asikosuldaen tetutiet nebo kolsetab ketik eng komoswek cheboto sukulisiekab primary, secondary ak sukulisiekab barak. Ng'ololjin sirikab logoiwek en Arboretum nebo Nairobi komwa kandoik cheboto sirindet neo en Ministry nebo Somanet Dr. Belio Kipsang kole tinye emoni kipsomaninik 17,000,000 ak konetik chesire 600,000 ak chetetat kochut chitugul tetutyonoto bo kolsetab ketik en betusiek chebwone. Noto ko tokyinet nebo ketoret serikali koityi magenyi nebo kekol ketik bilion 15 koite kenyitab 2032. Report koneiboy Samson Kurgat.
Kamwa kandoichoto kole imukaksei kokol kipsomaninik ak kanetik ketik chesire million 35 eng kenyit age tugul.
With an estimated of 17 million learners, both at all levels of learning from ECD to our universities, and 600,000 educators in institutions spread across the country, a target of growing 35 million trees and producing 300 million seedlings annually.
We will be able to start tree nurseries at each and every level, at each and every state department of our ministry, starting with higher education, where we have 74 of our public and private universities. We have agreed and said that each and every university, may it be public or private, must have, as of necessity, a tree nursery.
Ministry nebo somanet ak nebo ripsetab timwek kobendi kotononchin kasuldaetab kolsetab ketik eng sugulishek ak komaswek alak chebo emet.
We have made several strides towards achieving this very ambitious target that the government of Kenya has set as one of the ways to combat the climate crisis that we are faced with. It is a whole of government approach, and that is why my ministry is the coordinator and technical backstopping ministry.
The two ministries will enhance their collaboration in tree growing by one, Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry will ensure timely production and provision of 15,000 kilograms of tree seeds annually to enable the Ministry of Education meet its seedlings production target of 300 million.
We have the Water for Schools strategy under the Ministry of Water, which is another very important ministry that we are going to work with, so that we think about protecting the trees, we think about the water, we have to think about the labor.
Kosubkei ak kandoichoto kobendi kosome Ministry nebo Treasury kotaban kaitoshek 5 eng 100 chebo budget kotokyigei kolset ak ripsetab ketik.
I appreciate the Ministry of Education. They are already fronting a proposal where a certain percentage of their total budget will go towards specifically this tree growing initiative. So we have to build on the institutions that are already existing. At the county level, we have the county environment committees chaired by the county commissioners, and that is where we want every other stakeholder to coalesce around so that we have a very coordinated way of not just growing, but protecting and reporting the tree growing initiative.
CDF has now set aside 5% of its allocation to the Ministry of Environment to ensure that this activity is enhanced.
Kamwa CS nebo somanet Ezekiel Machogu kole bo kamanut ko kakinoisechi biik chemengech konai akobo kamanutiet nebo ketik.
What we also want to do is to institutionalize and create the culture of tree planting within our young people, because once we have it done, it will not only be done in schools, it will equally be done within their home areas. The same will be transferred to the parents, the same will be done by the community.
Aribotenchini Kass logoiwekab emet eng county nebo Nairobi, kainenyu ko Samson Kurgat.
Ak oret agenge nebo keker kele kaikanapta tetutik chebo ribetab itondab emet ko kakomongei katuiyetabkei nebo kanisosiek en county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet ak kotorchigei kanetisiet koityi kipsomaninik akobo kolsetab ketik asikewekte itondo nebo emet agoi itondo nekibo tai. Kaindochi kolsetab ketik en sukulit nebo Sergoet Secondary nemiten en sub-county nebo Keyo North, Bishop nebo kanisetab AIC en Keyo Marakwet area, Bishop David Kipsoi nekamwa kole kakoit kasarta nenyolu koik kanisa kiptainik en tetutik tugul chetorchingei ribetab itondab emet. Timothy Kiplimo ak report.
Kong'ololjin sirikab logoiwek kasarta nekaindochi tetutiet nebo kolsetab ketik en sukulitab Sergoet Secondary, komwa Bishop nebo kanisetab AIC en Keyo Marakwet area, Bishop David Kipsoi kole nyolu koik kiptainik kanisa eng tetutik cheitorchingei kiwekchi itondab emet eng itondonyi nebo tai, mising ko en kasarta nekitesetai kebaorionjin walet eng itondab emet en ing'wendet.
As a church, we are saying we want to take lead. We want to be role models. We want to do whatever God is asking us to do. Because the Bible tells us that we have been called to come out of darkness to His marvelous light so that we may proclaim His excellencies. And the excellencies of God is His environment, the universe. Ndugu zangu nawaambieni ya kwamba as a church, we are not an appendix in anything pertaining environment. We are part and parcel. I want to say that theology is environment and environment is theology.
Kaikimit Kipsoi kole kakoit kasarta nenyolu koib mutusiek tugul boroindo nebo korib itondab emet kobun kolsetab ketik.
It is our responsibility to preserve, to take care, so that we may have good water, good breeding, that we can have good hair that we can breathe in, and other things that we can have in this world and enjoy. The scripture says, if we are willing and obedient, we will eat the best of the land. And if we are destructive, then we will not get the best of the land. Nowadays, there is a lot of diseases, disasters that we face as human beings. It is because we are not willing to take care of the environment.
En kasarata komwa regional manager nebo Mwangasa Light Michael Ongoro ak rubeiwotab kanetindet neo nebo sukulitab Serkoit Secondary Winnie Mayo kole boisietab kipsomaninik eng tetutik cheitorchingei ripsetab itondab emet kobun kolsetab ketik koimuch kotoret kenyor ibindo newendi koribe itondab emet en betusiek chemiten tai.
We are losing a lot of biodiversity. Now our children will not be able to access those plants or those animals that we have accessed at this moment. So it is important that we nurture new environmental leaders that are going to take care of God's environment.
I would really want to thank the movement because they have made the students to know that it is important to plant trees because the trees are what makes the environment. And trees regulate our environment, the atmosphere, that is the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. At the same time, it beautifies our environment.
Kongete sukulitab Serkoit Secondary nemiten county nebo Elgeyo Marakwet lugoikab emet chebo Kass Tv kaninyu ko Timothy Kiplimo.
Report notitab Kolenjin nebo Timothy Kiplimo ko kitwech kamung'et nenwach tetutiet nebo kwenye emet kiwekse nematyan asiketestai ak logoiwekab emet.
Need to reset your M-Pesa PIN in a jiffy? Don't worry, you're always in control. You can reset it from the comfort of your phone. Just dial *334#, select option 7, and then select option 2 to access the M-Pesa PIN manager. Follow the prompts to reset your PIN. Voila, you're sorted. Wewe ndio kusema na M-Pesa self-service. Just dial *334#.
Nguno ko kokoit ropta eng emet ako kakoit kasartab kolset. Syngenta East Africa komi asikotoret konet kabatik chekole bandek ak marakwek kole kikirindoi timwek eng imbar.
Aditangagege kora ketesta corruption noto nebo Syngenta.
Betutab kwangwan kasi tarikit 4 arawetab 4 Kebiten County nebo Uasin Gishu ole kinomen Kipkorgot, Naiberi, Strobak, Kerwai Flax, Nyaru, Kamgetuny ak kekeren olimbo Ainab Koi. Tarikit 5 arawetab 4 yani Friday kemiten county nebo Uasin Gishu ak ketiriren akoi county noto nebo Trans Nzoia. Uasin Gishu kename Kiplombe, Kaboi, Simbi, Soy, Nangili, Farfaral, Matunda, Moisbridge, Kablamai, Agetaren Olimbo, Sibanga. Petunoto nebo tarikit 6 arawetab 4 yani Saturday kenomen Trans Nzoia akekeren Elgeyo Marakwet. Trans Nzoia kinomen Tuigoin, Barsombe, Chebororwo, Kabomoy, Karandili, Kablolo, Bugar akekeren Olimbo Iten.
Ongituyen tugul en roadshow nebo Lelesta asikobit otuye ak ng'omutik kobun Syngenta East Africa ak kabarastoik chebo Kass FM International cheochome asikobit kinetkei ak inai akobo products chebo Syngenta cheboto Primagram Gold, Lumax ak Dual Gold.
Nyoru kabatik kasarta kwalchigei products chebo Syngenta en discount ak konyorchigei konunoik.
Murek kwame ako ngem kesutik eng kebebertab 40 eng bogol kongete mbar, choge, dukosiek, ngeme amitwogik, ngoroik ak kitambaok eng gaa. Kobate matitaimgei. Claret Works Blocks koyanat ako tare murek tugul chekikoimin yekasus agenge kityo. Aljige tatua Claret Works Blocks nekikeburuch ak iboisie kounoto eng Agrovet age tugul nenekitenen. Inde blokit agenge eng ole mite murek, angot ko mbar, duket anan akot ko koing'ung ak itar murek tugul kole sei. Arufut ak anyinyindab tatua Claret Works Blocks kochame murek kosir amitwogik. Nitok kokochin murek kosus eng kotugul. Ker ile kesoman arorutik yeiboisie kerichot neiyanat kobun Syngenta.
Atochin missing atestai tetutiet nebo kwenye emet kakomongei stakeholders chetinyegei ak ripsetab timwek ak itonwekab emet en komosta nebo Mount Elgon ak kosom biikab emoni kokimit ribetab timwek amat koyan kobit ng'emisiet age tugul nebo itonwekab emet kaindochi stakeholders chotok kolsetab ketik ko oret agenge nebo kerib kondametutab beek notok bo Mount Elgon Water Tower netiengei counties chebo Bungoma ak Trans Nzoia en nyorunetab beek. Gladys Yator nebo report.
Kaimuch komongei kibagengeshek cheterter koboto mornokab serikali ak stakeholders eng tetutiet nebo koletab ketik ko oret agenge nebo ripsetab kondametutab beek nebo Mount Elgon Water Tower. Kondochin DCC nebo Kopsiro Langa Kadilo komwa inendet kole makat kekimit tetutik tugul chekanoptoi ripsetab timdo ak kosom meng'ik nebo kobois eng kibagenge ak afisaekab serikali.
Mount Elgon na huu msitu, kama tumekubali ya kwamba tunaenda kuchunga huu msitu. Jambo lingine, in as much as we have agreed as communities and as stakeholders kuchunga huu msitu,
Katestai kokimit ine kora kole eng kasarta notok kikimiti ripsetab timdo ko makat kora kekimit ripsetab kalyet ak simakiboisie timotok eng tetutikab wechetab atebetab kalyet.
Kubali ya kwamba if we are not careful, basi msitu huu unaweza kutumiwa kufanya uhalifu. Tukitokoa hapa tuna mipaka mingi, vichorochoro mpaka tunatokezea Uganda. Na tumesikia some incidences. Ng'ombe zinachukuliwa huku zinapelekwa Uganda. Bangi inatoka huku Uganda inakuja Kenya. Na hawatumii the formal routes ambazo wanakuja na huku katika misitu. Kwa hivyo ninasema hivi, tusaidie maofisa wetu, tukomeshe uhalifu, mambo ya bangi, mambo ya pombe. Ng'ombe zinasafirishwa kutoka hapa zinapelekwa Uganda ama Uganda kukuja huku kwa njia ya wizi. Na nyinyi wananchi tunahakika kwamba mnaona hizo vitu zingine. And I want to believe you that you report some of these cases. But kwa wale ambao hatujajua kwamba we are supposed to report these cases, we are supposed to ensure kwamba uhalifu ufanyiki katika msitu huu.
Kosubkei ak Naomi Komol kobun kibagengeitab NEMA kosome meng'ik kora nebo koboisie timdo eng oret neibu borotet ak kerib chepinwek chebwonei.
I want to appreciate KFS for the good work that they are doing in this place, and all of us we have seen. And as NEMA, as an authority, we are really partnering with KFS to ensure that our forests are conserved and protected. And one of our mandates as the authority is to ensure that we use our environment in a sustainable way to ensure that the future generation will benefit of the same. So leo wananchi tumekuja kwenu, tumepanda wote miti, mumeparticipate, sisi tumepanda. Ombi letu ni kwamba wacha tutunze miti ambayo tumepanda.
Eng kasarata ko kaimuch komongei kibagengeitab Mount Elgon Ecosystem Conservation Trust akomwa kole bo komonut kerib Mount Elgon Water Tower eng nekamwa kole tiengei county nebo Bungoma koboto county nebo Trans Nzoia ak komoswek alak eng beek.
Mount Elgon Ecosystem is the source of the water that serves the major towns that we have. We have Bungoma town, we have Webuye, and we have Kitale. All the water that is consumed in those towns come from the ecosystem. If we conserve the ecosystem, we'll get the right quantity of water, but at the same time, the right quality of the water. And that will reduce the amount of diseases that are related to water that we occasionally get from this ecosystem. And therefore, we want to call upon the community to conserve the ecosystem so that we reduce the diseases and get enough water to serve our urban areas.
Kosubkei ak Humphrey Chemonges ne inendet ko ki CEC nebo beek ak ripsetab itondab emet eng county nebo Trans Nzoia komwa ine kole boisiei eng kibagenge koboto CFAs asikerib timdo kong'ete emoni akoi emetab Uganda notok pchei kondametutab beek.
Hapa kuona kwamba tunasaidia ma CFS kuanzia Swam mpaka Cheptais ili wasimame vilivyo, kwa maana mlima wetu wa Elgon umeathirika vibaya sana, na haitakuwa tu upande wa Kenya lakini tutazunguka mpaka upande wa Uganda pia.
Kongete county nebo Bungoma, kongete Mount Elgon, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Gladys Yator.
Ketokchinigei county nebo Bomet ole kakecher neranik koityi komonut yaet nebo boisionikab eut asikosirgei en boisiet ak konyor borotet kobun boisionichotok. Nitok ko cherset ak kotigonet kobun neran agenge nekikosirgei boisiet. Ole en inguni konyoru makatiat nebo kila betut kobun boisiet nebo solisiet noton nebo rangik. Report netwech ng'eten Bomet koneibwech Festus Rono.
Florence Chemutai ko kamet agenge nekikomong'gei koyai boisionik chebo eunek, missing ko boisiet netinyegei ak kikochi kororonindo korik anan solisiet ole kosubkei ak ine ko boisiet nebo komonut nekikochi kelchinoik ine en sobet.
Ko kinatar polytechnic anyo Bomet, anyosolisiot. Kiasal kabisa tugosiek chechang en Bomet, kiasal Nora, kiasal Isenya, kiasal korik kabisa chechang en Bomet.
Kamwa Florence kobun Olbutyo en Chebalungu en county nebo Bomet kole boisiet nebo solisiet kobo komonut kou boisionik alak en kit nekamwa kole kikotoret ine kosuldaen boisionikab bandab tai missing ko nebo kokochi somanet lagokyik.
Atesetai asolisiet kabisa ko kiacham boisioni. Kikosomesonwon lagok ako tesetai lakwet nguni en college amoche koik engineer Ibrahim Kiprotich. Achome boisioni kabisa. En boisioni kit nekicheran ko nawe abaya en betut agenge asiche 1,000. Ko nai ko contract asiche 100,000. Kiacham kabisa boisioni. Kwo kwondo komosomsoti ako makoseretos lagokyuk. Kikosoman lagokyuk. Kikosoman kot komanda en boisietab rangik. Achome kasiniton kabisa.
Akot kounoton ko kamwa ine kole miten koimutik en boisionotok bo solisiet kosubkei ak nekamwa ine kole kikoker chong'indab biik boisionoton ko boisiet neisuldoen murenik ama kwonyik. Kacher ine kamatik koik cheikilegei en boisionikab bandab tai asikobit walet en emet missing ko nematkosas boisionik alak tugul chebo neunek.
Amwok lagok chobendoti en town akosome siling 50, osome siling 20 kialwok mandasi anan obendi kityo korik akobur en korikab landisiek akoyoe chemochoton. Omong'u nibak akomong'u akonetkei kasitab eunek amun noton netoretok en sobet akosomesan lagok. Boisietab rangik tibik tugul cheomi gaa chekikosich lagok komatosaskei. Omong'u kabisa akobe polytechnic akonetkei obo kasisiekab eunek nebo rangik nebo tekset. Osiche baita en yoton ako osobe sobet nekaikai.
Kong'eten county nebo Bomet, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Festus Rono.
Kakorirtaen kibagengeit nebo National Taxpayers Association biikab boror kosubkei ak nemomoken kiy kokoito kerenywan en kasarta notok kichobe budget nebo kenyit age tugul ole kikoit kisuldaen boisionik chemomokyingei icheget koboto kora kiibet rabinik chebo komonut missing choto bo boror. Nitok kosubkei ak nekotuiyo kibagengeit notok bo National Taxpayers Association ak meng'ik chebo Nandi choto chemiten en Nandi Civil Society Networks, kandoikab dini en kwenutab kibagengeisiek alak asikokochi icheget konetisiet noto bo kit anan komonutiet nebo konai biikab emet komonutietab kokoito kerenywan en chobetab budget. Kinyoru report nebo Cornelius Keter.
Kong'alaldos eng taonitab Kapsabet komwa alak eng meng'ikab kaunti nebo Nandi kondochin Sharon Cheruto kole chong'indab meng'ikab kaunti nebo Nandi komatindoi naet kotinygei ak ole kichoptoi budget serikalishekab kaunti missing ko budget nebo tililindo ole kamwa kole kobun konetisiet nekanyor kobun kibagengeitab National Taxpayers Association kowendi kotoreti konetisionotok biikab emet ng'alek chekarob eut Paul Olunga kobun kibagengeit nebo Civil Society Network.
Focused on matters of health financing and how the citizens can do better in advocating for justice or for transparency in finances that are allocated to health, because health takes a very large percentage of the budget in our counties. Shed light on why a very large percentage of the budget goes to health department, why we need to understand that, and the Mwananchi was satisfied with the responses that the CC and the member for county assembly gave us.
Tunaweza jifunza jinsi ya kuengage wakati gani national government au county government stage gani ambayo wananchi nitakana wahusike katika budget making process na kupatiana maoni yao. Jambo la pili ni kuwa inatupa tu pia kipawa ya kukaa chini na serikali na kuongea nao kama tuko well informed. Na wakati uko well informed unaelewa ni nini nitakana huo na engage na county government, inakuwa meaningful engagement na tutapatiana better feedback kwa county government wakati wa budget making process.
Kamwa mengichoto kole nyolu eng serkalishekab counties kokoito kanetisiet eng biikab emet amait kosirto budget age tugul eng county assemblies.
County government and the national government and the people who elected them, this is a team and a joint venture which should be done together for the success of the well-being of the country and the well-being of the county and the well-being of the people of the Nandi.
Eng komasta nyo komwa nebo ngecheret eng budget nebo Nandi County Assembly Paul Birech ak nebo ngecheret eng health eng assembly notok Ezra Rotich kole tindoi imanda biikab boror koboto kibagengeishek cheborchinkei imandab kipkosobei konai ole kichoptoi budget akosub akoi kisuldae.
It's very important for the taxpayers and civil society organizations, which in this case represent the taxpayers, to understand how does OAG reports looks like, what are the contents of OAG, and the audit process itself, and its findings and recommendations are supposed to be implemented.
If we have frequent discussion with them, it becomes easy for us as the county assembly and the county governments to deliberate on matters that touches on every sector, and more so the health sector.
Kongete taunetab Kapsabet eng county nebo Nandi, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Cornelius Gater.
Akakolumda kibagengeitab chemung'arainik nebo Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry report nebo KNCCI Business Barometer report neiboru oleu mung'aret ak en emet ak magutik chemokyingei sekta nebo mung'aret en emet. Kosubkei ak ofisayat nebo Policy and Research Advocacy en kibagengenotok Kiplimo Kigen kowendi report notok kotoreti serikali ak chemung'arainik kora en kasuldaetab tetutik chetoreti en kanaptaetab mung'arosiek en emoni. Nyoru ng'alalet notok bo Kiplimo Kigen.
Kasarta ini ko kiloncheni report nekilen the KNCCI Quarterly Business Barometer. Ko report ini komwawech tuguk che nyoni in the second quarter ko notogo April, May ak June and expectations chebo biik cheyoe biashara. Expectations ichu kobo revenue size chebo biashara ak challenges cheimuch konyoru biik cheyoe mung'aret en period ini kong'etegei April agoi June. En kasarta ini ko report ini kotoretich private sector keyai decisions chekararan kotoreti akot serikali ko yechobe serikali ng'alekab law, ng'alekab strategy, ng'alekab policy kotinye data ini chemwawech yae ne moche ne biik cheyoe mung'aret en period ini kong'etegei April agoi June. Ko majority che biik cheki participated in survey ni ne kago form in the report ko ki small businesses chetinye less than 1 million in revenue and sales per year ak businesses chetinye less than 10 employees. Ko ni koborwech kole biasharas chechang chemi Kenya ini ko biasharas chemining. So kisome kele serikali ak biik alak tugul che yoe boisiet kotoret biashara ko tilia maanani that businesses chemi Kenya, majority of them ko chemining. So yekichobe laws, akechobe strategies, akechobe ways in supporting businesses ko kinai kele majority of businesses ko chemining kabisa chemining. Ago amache amwae kongoi eng biik tugul biasharaishek tugul cheki participate in survey ni ago kisomo kele in the next coming quarters amu this will be a quarterly issue. Kisome kele or participated in survey no umwawech what are the challenges and what are the issues affecting business. Eng challenges ko kikigere kole ngalekab limited financial resources robinik ko ki the biggest challenge. Komi ngalek chebo the stability
Chitab kolenjin en ureriosiek komiten komongunet nebo koyai komie rwoikab emoni en relays chebo World Athletics chetetat keyai en arawet nenyone en emet nebo Bahamas ole kiyoe national trials chebo lapatanotok en weekend ni en kiwanjet nebo Nyayo Stadium. Evans Rutich neibu report.
Keyai national trials chebo World Athletics Relays eng weekend ni eng kiwanjet nebo Nyayo National Stadium ole kichengei timitab emoni newendi eng emetab Bahamas eng labatet nebo World Athletics Relays netetat kotoige eng arawet nenyone eng tarik 4 agoi tarik 5.
Still leading, coming now here is Kenya.
Niton ko betusiek tutin kobunu timitab Kenya nebo mixed relay kopelei mendelet nebo gold eng Belgrade emetab Serbia ole kimongu komongei ruweik eng chongindo eng trials chuton ako chopchigei relays chebo World Athletics.
That is Kenya.
Evans Rotich, Kass Tv, ureriosiek.
And then Kenya B. Huko nyuma South Sudan. Washangiliwa
Ak chitab kolenjin chotok kolegab emet cheimuch keibun en tetutiet nebo ikweny emet en betutab rani kong'eten ketesiet nebo Kass TV kakimiten ak Naomi Cherotich nekibun logoiwek en oret nebo kabarunoik. Kainenyun ko Victor Korir. Testai iker ketesiet nebo Kass TV amun kimnatet naet.
Nguno ko kokoit ropta eng emet ako kakoit kasartab kolset. Syngenta East Africa komi asikotoret konet kabatik chekole bandek ak marakwek ole kikirindoi timwek eng imbar.
Anditangakiweke kora ketesta corruption noto nebo Syngenta.
Betutab kwang'wan kasi tarikit 4 arawetab 4 Capital County nebo Uasin Gishu ole